How to be skinny from scratch. Let's get skinny from scratch together. This all sounds great in theory, right? Portion control, balance, structure, but how do you actually do it? Because everyone loves to talk about being healthy, but nobody explains how it is sustainable and how to do it in real life. When you're busy, when you're tired, or when you're just craving pancakes. Because here's the truth. Food isn't in charge, you are. Being skinny is about making conscious choices. Not perfect ones, but conscious. You decide rationally what you eat. Let's say you had pancakes for breakfast. That's fine. Everything is fine in moderation. Have a few bites. Have, the correct portion. I have portion control guides that you guys can follow inside the Skinny Society or online. But they're also carbs, there's sugar, they're sweet. So what do you have for lunch? Pasta or pizza? Of course not, because that is just more carbs. Whenever you indulge in something sweet or something, you want to balance it, right? You're like, you know what? I want to have carbs in the morning, so have some chicken and veggies for lunch or dinner. You're going to balance it later on throughout the day. So if I have a cinnamon roll for breakfast, I like having for lunch some chicken and veggies, and dinner a soup, because a cinnamon roll is heavy. Even if I have it in the correct portion, just the center, it's like I want to balance it then throughout the day with some light veggies and protein, and some days we're all gonna have where it's like, you have a cinnamon roll for breakfast and then for lunch it's pasta, and you still want to have it in the correct portions, right? But some days it just sucks and it's like that way. But most of the times, right, if I have egg whites for breakfast or protein shakes for breakfast, then for dinner, if I go out, I can indulge in a little sweet treat, versus if I start with either a few bites of pancakes or a portion of a cinnamon roll, then throughout the day I try and eat lighter. This is not punishment, this is not restricting, this is just being accountable, because you want to also manage your energy. You're not restricting joy, but if you have cinnamon rolls and carbs and sugar for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you are going to feel fatigued and tired and sluggish and brain fog throughout the day. So the second recipe to follow to get skinny from scratch is balance is a lifestyle, not a rule book. Sometimes, like I said, it doesn't go as planned. You have a bagel for breakfast. For my birthday, I had a little bit of a bagel. I had half a bagel with some butter for breakfast, and then I went to the Dior spa and they gave us some cookies, and I had a few bites of cookies for my lunch. It doesn't go as planned sometimes. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're at work, maybe it's just one of those days, and I don't want you to use excuses, but some things don't go as planned, and this is when you get skinny, is when you're flexible. And again, I always say these are guidelines, these are recipes to help you stay skinny, because rules in my book are meant to be broken, so I don't have any rules. I have these recipes that I use to do skinny, and I try and stick to them as best as I can. If you had eggs for breakfast, sure, have pasta or some pizza for lunch or dinner. But I also balance protein with veggies, with chicken, with this, with that. Balance your fruits, your sweets, your fat, because I'm always get a little of everything throughout the day, but not too much of anything. So I always am lighter breakfast, egg whites and stuff. Then you can have a little bit of a sweet treat at dinner. If you had a huge lunch or you overate the pancakes or the cinnamon roll, you're gonna pull back, for lunch and dinner. If you had a big eating day, you're gonna pull back the next day. That's just balance, and that's just being skinny flexibly, which goes into recipe number 3 on how to stay skinny from scratch. This is how naturally skinny people eat, without deprivation, just in balance. Once you practice this for a few days, your body starts to guide you. You'll begin to know what you actually need next, not because an app told you, but because you're paying attention. You'll notice when you need protein, when you've had too much sugar, when your body wants green. You'll become that fine-tuned, calm machine who knows what to do with food in any situation. And that's the point about being skinny. It's not just about eating less, it's about also feeling good and feeling aligned. Which brings me to recipe number 4. Forget counting and use common sense. Balance isn't about counting calories or macros, fat grams or carbs. Don't bother, you won't keep up, and it's obsessive. And it kills the vibe, and it keeps you thinking about food constantly. Just pay attention and use common sense. I also have portion guides in the Skinny Society that girls follow, and I also have one that you can purchase just off Gumroad. But pay attention, okay? Use common sense. If it's heavy, have less of it. And then you need to go lighter with the next thing. If it's sweet, have something savory later. That's the kind of balancing that's approximate, but it works. The calories work themselves out, the portions work themselves out. Whenever you stay aware. Just like I said, I'm not every single meal needs to be the perfect macros, right? That's how you overeat. If you're oh, well, I need pancakes for breakfast. So if I have pancakes, I need to add Greek yogurt, and then or eggs or protein, and then I need to add avocados for fat, and then bacon for fat, or this or that. Not every single meal needs to be this huge, well-balanced meal, right? You can have pancakes, and that's it for breakfast, a few bites, and then lunch, add the chicken and the avocado, and then dinner, add something else, like the veggies and a soup and some fruit. Not every single meal, because that's how you overeat, is, okay, well, I just want cinnamon rolls, but I have to have protein, and I have to have fats, and I have to have fiber. You can have it. And stop looking at it meal by meal. Every meal needs to be perfect. It doesn't. Pick one thing, stick to it, and then it can filter day by day. That's what I call quiet discipline. It's not noise, it's not stress, it's taste, it's structure, and it's self-trust, and it's just common sense. Which brings me to recipe number 5. Portion is luxury. You don't need the perfect macro balanced meal every single plate. That's where people go wrong. You can have a few bites of pancakes or cinnamon rolls for breakfast and you can enjoy it. You don't need to add fruit, avocado, eggs just to make it balanced. That's what leads to overeating. Have your sweet moment, stop the satisfaction, and move on. Lunch can be chicken and veggies. Dinner can be light. Not every meal needs to check every macro box. That's food noise, and that's the real luxury. Portion awareness and knowing when enough is enough. Recipe number 6, practice until it feels natural. Do this for a week. Just notice, adjust, and rebalance. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel more in control, you'll feel clearer. You'll start craving structure instead of chaos. That's when the skinny mindset comes, is whenever you're calm and you're control and you know how to balance and rebalance things. You're not fighting food, you're leading it. I always say, try and go out twice a week. Try and go to dinner, or if you have kids, bring them to a coffee shop once or twice a week, because sometimes when you're at home in the comfort of your own home, you have extra and that you don't need, right? Like sometimes for breakfast, you're so used to cooking yourself 4 egg whites and you just are eating that. Or for dinner, because you know you're eating at home the whole week, you're like, oh, I'm gonna have more grapes, I'm gonna have carrots, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, because it's healthy. Versus if you have 2 planned things a week, right? Like tonight I am going to a dinner, I know I'm gonna indulge, and so like in a sweet, so I know yesterday I made sure I ate very clean. Tomorrow I know to eat very clean. Today during the day I knew to really hone in on my portions because I'm looking forward to something. I'm always like, plan on 2 things to look forward to, because it makes you want to stay in portions. Sometimes when you're just constantly eating at home, you have nothing fun to look forward to. The little bites add up, whether it's grapes, carrots, sweet potatoes. Even though it's healthy, it still adds up. So let's go into recipe 7, some tools that really help me. You're not fighting food, you're controlling it. I've built portion control guides that you can buy off Gumroad, the holiday guide, all of those things. And you can actually see what balance looks like. Not calorie charts, but visuals. Because you don't need to count. You just need to compare. When you can visualize balance, you can live it. And that's why I started the Skinny Society, because it's accountability and it's community. So if you want to get skinny from scratch with a group of people, let's get skinny from scratch together in the Skinny Society. You should join. No obsession, no extremes, just structure, taste, and self-respect. Portion is luxury and discipline is dessert. And balance is what makes you skinny. Ciao. Hi, it's my birthday and I'm wearing a Helsa dress. It's my favorite. It's black lace. I'm obsessed with it. And I thought it would be fun to take you living slim through my birthday, how I make things not just about food and eating, but also just like fun. And I think, again, I love living slim no matter the holiday, the time, because I think so many people are like, oh my God, well, it's your birthday, you shouldn't worry about it. I would rather live like this and be happy and like what I see in the mirror every single day than be miserable. And everyone who you see who's slim, who's fit, who clearly works out for their body, you can see that they've endured some sort of discipline. They know how to say no to food and they know how to control themselves. And you can say, oh, well, being skinny is painful as X is Y is Z. And I wouldn't say it's painful, but if you're going to say, I would rather endure the pain of saying no to food, saying no to excess drinking, to going on more steps, to sleeping more, than enduring the pain of looking at myself in the mirror and hating myself every single time, and enduring the pain of not being able to walk up the stairs because I don't like my body, and enduring the pain of just not liking the way I look. So you're picking pain either side of the coin. So what side of the coin do you want to be on? I personally want to be on the slim side of the coin because I look in the mirror and I love myself, and that's impressive, right? Especially in today's society. So if you are focusing on a weight loss journey and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do for my birthday, like obviously you can have things in moderation, right? A cupcake is not going to derail your progress, but to make the focus off the food is booking yourself a spa day. And there's spas in all different price points. You can go to a nail salon and get like a 20-minute massage for $20. And then there's these luxurious spa days that you can make an experience. Or it can be like getting yourself a facial, a sauna, a cold plunge, just something. Also, like museums and galleries are always fun to walk around and go through. Museums are either free typically or like $20. So that's nice. Going on a walk, just doing things that aren't food focused is really fun and for yourself. But I love self-care. Yeah, I just can't wait to take you guys through my birthday, and food is the least interesting part of my birthday. Like, I don't really care about the cupcakes or the cake or any of that. I like dressing up, looking cute, putting on an outfit that makes me feel good about myself. That's what I really like to do. So I can't wait to take you guys along, and I'm gonna show you my little outfit real quick. Do you wanna come show your outfit? It's for my YouTube vlog. This is my outfit. Okay. I'm also going with the black, all black. This is from Helsa, which I love. And then I'm gonna wear a blazer on top. Cute. Snaps. Yeah. Okay, so just took some photos and it's freezing, but going to the swan room. Tori. So excited. I'm starting my birthday with a green tea. And I'm going to the Upper East Side to walk around, and then I booked myself a little spa day. My birthday doesn't revolve around eating. This is beautiful. Post-marathon, we got some cake, we portion controlled it, and some soup. So good. And now she's gonna be in her walking Pilates area. Yeah. But tell them how you already lost 10 pounds from not being a college athlete anymore.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Do you think running makes you skinnier? Or would you say it halters?
I think it depends on the type of person.
Well, yeah, but for you.
That you are. For me, I love running, but it's definitely very intense and hard on your body. So feeling like inflamed and hungry all the time, and making sure you're fueling your body to run as far as you need. But at the same time, I'm typically a healthy eater, so I don't always love eating a bunch of crazy carbs. Besides my cake, obviously. But yeah, so I'm just excited to take it easy on my body
and it shows. You already lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Skinny.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, I think running would make me chomp. My non-food treat of the week is we're going Central Park and we're going to the boathouse. I've been dying to go to the boathouse, so I'm so excited. This is hard. Workout of the day is a workout that doesn't feel like a workout. This is a rowboat, and this is actually really hard, but I don't have the best upper body strength. So come row with us through Central Park.